Here are a few more macOS tips and tricks. Let me show you. All right, welcome back to my channel. So what we're gonna do today is we're just gonna go over 5 tips and tricks built into macOS that's gonna make you a better macOS user. Now, if you watch my channel before, I've done a ton of videos like this where I've just showed you kind of a sampling of a couple things you can do in macOS that help you out. I like to keep it to like 5 or less just so you can kind of, absorb them and not forget 20 or 30 of them. So I'm gonna just do 5 more now. And my number one thing that everyone tells me is just get to the point. So I'm gonna do that in this video. I'm gonna get to the point and I'm gonna make sure I get through this part quickly. I'm gonna share my screen here. We're just gonna go through 1 through 5 and show you some of these tips and tricks. Let me know in the comments if you knew about these, if you didn't know about these, if these are helpful. Helps me out, helps me make these videos. So let's get into the video. Time to share my screen. All right, tip number 1 is going to be the easiest. It's going to take maybe 10 seconds here. So if you have 2 windows open and you notice it, if you click on the window underneath, you see how it becomes the primary window. If I click on this window, see how it comes up, brings it to the front. If you want to go ahead and click on this and move it without actually bringing it to the front, hold the command key down and then click on it. See this? So now I can move the window and get rid of it behind. So if I actually don't hold command, obviously it switches the window, so this is in front. But if I hold command down, the command key, and then click on the back window, I can move it without it actually going to the front. Now granted, is that super useful? You tell me. All right, tip number 2. So go ahead, let's open up Safari here. And let's say you want to go ahead and make some bread. I'm just kidding, but let's go ahead and just open up a page here. Let's just say this is really interesting to you and you want to save this, but you don't want it part of your main bookmarks or, obviously your favorites. What you can do is, while you're on the web page like this, all you have to do is just hit Shift-Command-D while you're on the page, and you saw that little thing that goes up here. It just moved that little thing. I don't know if you saw it. Let me do it one more time. Shift-Command-D. See that? You saw it move over here. So now if over here, let me go ahead and shut this down. So up here in the upper left-hand corner, see this little icon here that it kind of looks like a page split. Go ahead and click on that, and it's going to show the sidebar over here. Now, if you click on these little eyeglasses over here, click on that, you'll notice that it put this page right there. So you can easily toggle this on and off and get into these pages that you save. So I just saved this page by doing Shift-Command-D, and then it went into this little sidebar. So it's going to keep adding pages here. So obviously if you click on it, it's going to reload this page, but if you had multiple pages here, it would just quickly do a kind of a reading list is what they call it. And it's an easy way just to do quick things, and then if you want to go ahead and delete them, you can remove item and then it's gone. So you don't have your whole favorites and everything getting all screwed up with tons of different links. Just do some things that you want to come back to in a recent time and put them in here, and that's all you need to know on this one. All right, my third tip requires you to go ahead and get this pre-set up. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go up to your Apple icon, go to System Preferences. You're going to come in here, click on the keyboard icon right there, click on that. Then go to Shortcuts, see it right here, Shortcuts. And then go to Services over here on the left-hand side, so Services. And then scroll all the way down to Text down in here. Keep going. Let me see where it is here. And then at the very bottom, you're going to see something called Summarize right there. Just make sure this is checked. There's a check mark there. So Summarize is checked. Then you can go ahead and shut out of this. Now what you want to do is if you're in a web page and you have a really long article like this, let's just say gardening is good for your health, you can go ahead and select all this text here, right click on it, make sure your right click is enabled also I guess, but right click on this, go down to services right there, and then you should see summarize now in this list of stuff to do. Click on summarize and it's going to bring open a box like this, see this? And in here, this is going to summarize the article. So down here, this is a 1-to-1, so it's going to be basically the same thing, but you can actually go less. So if you want to, if you click this way, it's going to give you less of a summary. If you go this way, it's going to give you more of the article. So you can kind of put this wherever you want to. It's a good way of summarizing big articles and in sentences, or you can do it in paragraph format. So just depends on what you want. It's just another feature built into it. It doesn't always work the best, but if it's really long article, sometimes it's the best way to do it. So number 4 is for people that like full screen real estate. You notice that I kind of hide my menu bar down here. It pops open. But you can actually do that with the top bar up here as well. A lot of people don't even know that. So even though this is just a sliver up here of icons, you can go ahead and get rid of that if you want all of your screen. So all you have to do is just go to the Apple icon, click on it, go to System Preferences, and inside of here, click on the General button right here. See it right there. And there's a little icon that says automatically hide and show the menu bar. It's right here. Check it. If you notice, the menu bar up there is now gone. There's no menu bar. So you have a full screen, all the real estate that you need when you're looking at web pages. If you want to bring it back, you just kind of hover over there. It comes right back, see it? So it's actually pretty nice, but I mean, at the end of the day, people like to sometimes see the icons at all times, especially up here. But if you don't, and you're kind of a purist, go ahead and check this and it'll get rid of that bar up there. And you can always uncheck it. It'll bring it right back. So not a big deal. Quick tip. So number 5 is really for people that share their computer, maybe with their kids. Maybe you have some folders, important files over here, and you have tax documents or something that you don't want your kids to see. Now, granted, you should encrypt it. That's number 1. But number 2, there's another way kind of to hide it. So if you don't want it coming up when people search for different files, especially with Spotlight. So, obviously Spotlight's up here. You can search for a lot of different files. But if you want it to so that your Mac can't really find what's in that directory from Spotlight, all you have to do is you go up to your Apple icon up here, click on System Preferences again. It's going to open up this window. Find the Spotlight icon right there, click on it. And inside of here, you can uncheck different things that you don't want Spotlight to search. But if you click on the privacy button right here, right there, you'll notice it says prevent Spotlight from searching these locations. And you can go ahead down here, you can click the plus button, and then it's going to allow you to pick a folder. So you can drill down into your folders and select an individual folder, and then Spotlight won't search that folder when you're searching for different files, like, whether it's documents and stuff like that. So just a quick tip. I mean, again, you should probably encrypt it if it's super important, but that's a way to hide stuff if you want to. Tip number 5. All right, so what do you think? Let me know in the comments if these are things that you did know about or if you didn't know about them. But I try to pick things that are a little bit off kind of the beaten trail to see if people, really do know these or not. Now, these aren't going to save again. They're not going to save a ton of time. They're not going to be life-changing when you're using macOS. But it's just kind of fun to know what's available, what's built into it. I mean, developers put some time into putting these in there for a reason. So some people use them, some people don't. And to be honest, some of them I use, some of them I don't, but they're there. So if you want to do it, definitely use them. Anyways, support my channel if you can, and I hope you guys can, because I'm trying to get my subscriber rate up, trying to get to that 10,000 mark, and it's going to take me probably another year and a half. So subscribe if you can, help me out for more of these videos. I make stuff on Apple, I make stuff on PCs. I'm going to try to do a little bit more kind of comparison between the two. I do product reviews, gadget reviews, and let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys want to see more of, what you want to see less of in the channel, and I'll do it. So talk to you guys soon. Peace.